Hello, witches. Happy holiday. Yes, it is a season to celebrate. Whatever you celebrate it with us, the Witches Movie Coven. Well, you are here. Who are we? We are witches talking about witches in movie. Welcome to our coven. I'm going to let everybody introduce ourselves. This is the very special. This is our last official live show of the year. My name is Patti Negri. I'm one of your hosts. You might know me from The Witching Hour, my regular podcast, from Ghost Adventures, from Portals to Hell, from Sam and Colby, from Melton Castile, from Bathroom Walls Across America. But my favorite is right here with my beautiful coven mates. Let me pass on now to who wants to go next? Who wants to go next? No.
Jason.
Jason Mankey, please.
I'm Jason Mankey. I'm the author of Llewellyn's Little Book of Yule, which is the book I like to plug this time of year. However, this was my latest book, High Priest, a biography of Raymond Buckland, that just came out last May. This is my favorite episode of the year because it's our official holiday episode. I've been wearing these hats since November, so I am in the spirit and I am in the mood to hang out with my coven tonight.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, let's move it to our next regular, the wonderful and beautiful Heather Greene.
Hi, I'm Heather Greene, and I am the author of Lights, Camera, Witchcraft. I'm going to hold it up here. This is my one I use all the time, so it's messy looking. It is the definitive guide to witchcraft and witches in American cinema and television. I am also a journalist covering all things occult and an editor at Llewellyn Worldwide, working with wonderful witchy authors like some that are here tonight and have been in our coven in the past. There's one of the books right there, Patti, Dollcraft. Love that one.
Anyway, thank you very much, Heather. Now, you might recognize these are our regular guests. Let's start out with the lovely and very holiday-like Tabitha Meadows.
Hello, I'm Tabitha, and I'm singing. I'm a medium and a psychic, and I'm singing. And I'm so happy to be here with y'all tonight. Thank you for having me back.
Thank you for coming back. And let's drop it right down below to lovely Scarlett Amaris.
Hi, I'm Scarlett Amaris. I am a screen and television writer. I'm also a mythologist. I've written numerous horror movies, and I'm thrilled to be here because I have a secret soft spot for Elf, but don't tell anyone.
Thank you very much. And last and absolutely not least, Thumper Forge.
Hello, I am Thumper. I am a writer with Llewellyn. I'm the author of the Chaos, Apple Magic, and Discordianism for the Postmodern Witch. I do not have a soft spot for this movie, and my one tonight is a hammer to prove it.
Ooh.
It is going to be interesting. A definitely good one. And speaking of the movie, yes, tonight, wait, where is Jason? No. This is Richard-Lael. Richard-Lael, welcome. But he's gone silent.
Silent movies tonight.
I know that it's hard to believe, but I am not Richard-Lael Lillard. I'm Jason Mankey. That's two names, not one. If I were one, I'd be a Pokemon. You definitely do not know me from Ghost Adventures or University Magicus because I will never be asked to be on Ghost Adventures, and I blew my one chance to teach at University Magicus. I'm neither a psychic or a medium because I hit puberty at 21 and grew both taller and wider. Now, with all of that out of the way, it's time for a non-biased synopsis of the movie Elf. I really tried to watch this movie. I started and stopped 4 times. The first time I got through 30 minutes, the second 20 minutes, the third 15 minutes, and the fourth 10 minutes, and then I stopped it because I knew exactly how it was going to end, and I was not wrong at all. This movie, of course, has Santa Claus in it, and Santa is real. Do you know what I say to that, kids? Bah humbug. So the movie opens with a baby crawling into a sack, and he goes to the North Pole, and he's raised by an elf. And Will Ferrell plays a grown-up version of this baby named Buddy, I think named after his diaper or something like that. There's a lot of elf shenanigans in the beginning of the movie, and they make fun of him because he's very, very tall. And then Buddy has to go find his real dad in New York City. So Buddy braves, I think, the Gumdrop Mountains and the Candy Corn Fest, and it was very hard to keep up with because I found this part very boring. And then he finds himself in the brutal hellscape that is Manhattan, New York. Buddy, of course, is perplexed by the real world, eating used gum and getting lost in revolving doors. This is the grossest part of the movie. Buddy ends up at a department store where he makes a magical Christmas display and meets a Manny Pixic dream girl who sings in the shower. He then gets fired from the store that he never really worked at, and then he finds his dad, who is a real grump, but who clearly has the real spirit of Christmas, because I say the real spirit of Christmas is bah humbug. His dad is forced to take him in, and then he meets his kind stepmom and his 12-year-old brother. The brother, of course, doesn't like Buddy the elf, but they bond during a snowball fight, I think. Somehow Buddy can make 100 snowballs in 90 seconds, even though he is a human and not an elf. I was very confused by this part, and it didn't make any sense to me. None of this movie really makes any sense to me. It's all cheery and happy and makes people like the Christmas season. Again, to that, I say, bah humbug. Eventually, Buddy's dad, who works for a book publisher, brings in Peter Dinklage, who plays a children's author. Of course, Buddy insults the author. A fight ensues. Buddy's dad makes fun of Buddy, but no, he later defends Buddy. And then, of course, no one likes Christmas at all anymore, and it seems like the ending will be sad like it deserves to be. And then all of a sudden, Santa shows up because his sleigh is broken because no one believes him anymore. And Buddy finds him and has to fix a rocket on the sleigh. As I said, I don't know. This movie makes no sense to me. My parents never told me about rockets on sleighs, and yours probably didn't either. But also, it feels very predictable right here. Buddy fixes the rocket, but that's not enough. And then the family shows up, and Buddy's girlfriend shows up, and they all start singing Christmas carols. And there's something about a naughty and nice book getting stolen. And then I think there are these wolves in Central Park ridden by the rangers there. Maybe it was horses. I don't know. It was hard to tell. But the horses act like wolves, and Buddy's dad and brothers show up at the sleigh, and then they also later sing and they steal the book. Long story short, people start to like Christmas again, bah humbug, and Santa's sleigh is able to take off. Presents are delivered and Christmas is saved, etc., etc. Just kind of exactly like what you thought was going to happen in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Cue to the very end, which I read about on Wikipedia. And Buddy is now an author, and his dad publishes his books, and he and the girl are married with a baby, which seems odd because Buddy is about as smart as a 4-year-old. I couldn't stand this movie. The end. I think that's it. I think that's the whole movie right there.
I didn't know you were a trance channel. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Pure of Richard-Lael. He doesn't even have to be dead, and you were channeling him perfectly.
I've been practicing for 2 weeks.
And Richard-Lael is busy filming a movie right now, so that's why he could not be with us in Think, but we had him anyway. You can't even tell the difference. But yes, our movie is Elf, and now we know the entire plot line, unbiased, of course. But Heather, as always, just in case, is there a few more things we need to know about this lovely film?
Of course, there's more things to know. I've got a few things to talk about. I have 5 things to talk about, in fact, and I'm going to put my goat down for a second for my notes. 2003 film, number 1. This is just the basics. It's directed by Jon Favreau. New Line Cinema released it. It was a huge success. The budget was around 33 and it came in well over 200 million. So you're looking at a really, really successful film critically as well as at the box office. It is now considered one of the classic films people watch year after year. It also was, this was really one of the 2 films that kind of launched Will Ferrell out of just all of the things he had been doing successfully, Saturday Night Live and other movies. This launched him directly into this, and Old School launched him into his own run of movies, and I'm sure we'll talk about later on. The other basic thing you need to know is that this film was actually written back in 93, originally to star Jim Carrey, but it took 10 years or so for them to get it going, and then it was, of course, recast with Will Ferrell. And I'm thankful for that. But now I'm going to move to Jon Favreau. You guys probably know his face. He is an actor. He actually is in this. But he, as an actor, if you don't know him, if you can't put him together, he was Happy Hogan in Marvel Universe. He's in Wolf of Wall Street. You like Vince Vaughn. He was in Couples Retreat. He was in Swingers, Rudy, Hoffa. These are older films. He's been around for a long time. His face is very recognizable. I like to also point out one of his first films was PCU. I point this out because most of you probably haven't seen PCU, but it was written by two. So you guys have. Well, it was written by two people that actually went to the same school as me. They're graduates. They went to the same film school. They were filmed, and I started a year after they graduated, and the film came out while I was still there. And it's actually about that school. It's about Wesleyan University, and we were very excited to see the images of our school while we were graduating on this film. So that's pretty exciting for me. So I had to point that out. But as a director, he has also been quite successful. He directed this film, which was really the first huge success for him. But he also did Mandalorian. He did a couple of the Disney more recent films, adaptations, Lion King, Jungle Book, Cowboys and Aliens. He did that one. And he did 2 of the Iron Man films, which he was also in. So he's done a lot of big films and been quite successful. So you will have recognized him both as an actor and his work as a director, amongst other things. Now, let's talk about those actors because we've got quite a cast. I'm not going to name them all, but I'm going to bring them up. This is number 3. I'm going to skip Will Ferrell for a second because he's the most obvious. And Jon Favreau. Here we go. Let's go to James Caan since he's the second one in the list right there. I personally think of Godfather when I think of James Caan, but he is also was in another really big movie that needs to be mentioned tonight specifically. That's Misery, written by Stephen King. It was directed by Rob Reiner. We want to make that mention because he has just passed, and that is extremely sad. A wonderful, wonderful contributor to our culture and our filmmaking and our entertainment. So I just want to say that what is remembered live, and mention Misery as a connection to James Caan. Now another one, Zooey I can't pronounce her name.
Deschanel.
She is with an Almost Famous. That's where I know her face from. She was also in the New Girl show, and she was in a movie we did here, Your Highness. So I'm going to try to stick. We did talk about Your Highness here, Jason.
Yes, we did, sadly. Courtney's not here. We can say that.
Yes, I am going to try to stick to the films that we've done here because that's kind of putting things together. So Peter Dinklage has already been mentioned. One of my favorite actors. Of course, people know him from Game of Thrones. He was also in the recent Hunger Games movie, The Ballad of the Songbirds and Snakes. If you haven't seen it, I did see it in the theaters. He was in Prince Caspian. I haven't seen that one. And a ton of other things, including a voice in Wicked. If you haven't seen that, he was the professor. So he has been all over the place. Very talented actor. Bob Newhart, of course, died in 2024. So, of course, another what is remembered lives moment here. I knew him from the Newhart show of the 80s, but he had been on for much longer than that, mostly known as Bob Newhart because he always played himself. So he appears in other things, sort of in that same character vein. He was around forever. Mary Steenburgen. She appeared as the mom in Step Brothers, another Will Ferrell movie that came out a little bit after that. She was also in Parenthood, and she does that kind of comedic mom type personality. She was also, we have not seen her yet in one of the movies, but she was in The Butcher's Wife, which is a magical type film we have not reviewed yet. And Grace and Frankie, which does have a witch in it, but we can talk about that at another time. Ed Asner, he was known for Lou Grant, Mary Tyler Moore Show, of course. And he was also, interestingly enough, Carl in the Up films, if you like the Up films. Michael Lerner, another one. He was Barton Fink, a recognizable face. He died in 2023. And let me see, Amy Sedaris is here. She is the sister of David Sedaris, a great comedian, writer, and appearance. I just saw her in Ghosted, actually. I didn't even recognize her there. But one other last one I do want to mention, there's a ton here, but there's one other is Peter Billingsley, and he is a cameo. And if you don't know who he is Ralphie in The Christmas Story. It is an Easter egg moment. There is another Easter egg moment, which I'm going to bring up a little bit later. Now to Will Ferrell. I don't think that we have to go through all his films. I'm sure we will mention him and Ron Burgundy over time. Look at all his faces, and we can talk about our favorite Will Ferrell go-to movies. But that's the movie you're seeing right there, Bewitched, we have talked about him in Bewitched. We also did Anchorman here. So if you want a little bit something a little bit Will Ferrell that's a little bit not witchy but more maybe we say heathen and Nordic, you can always go watch one of my favorite Will Ferrell movies, Eurovision. Do not
It's a good one.
What? You're saying you like this, Jason? Eurovision people don't like Eurovision.
What? Eurovision is great. It's got that like song in it and stuff. It's a terrific movie. It's so funny.
Oh. Okay, I'm glad, because usually people look at me like I'm crazy when I say I like Eurovision.
I hadn't seen it, and I watched it last New Year's at a friend's house, and it was not terrible.
No, it's not. I kind of, it's one of my go-to bad movies. I love Will Ferrell, so that's another story. So let's talk about number 4, and this is the other Easter egg. So New York City in this movie, it was filmed on site in New York City a lot of the time. Will Ferrell even apparently ran around in his costume in character around New York during the filming and stuff like that, which seems totally in character. Now, the store is named Gimbel's in this movie. That is an Easter egg. There's a reason for it, and I'll get to that in a second. But that is an Easter egg to another famous witchcraft movie. No, holiday movie, Christmas movie. Does anyone know what that movie is? Go ahead, Jason, who wrote
It's Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah.
That's right, which shows a fight or a battle between Gimbel's and Macy's. Now, Gimbel's was a real store in New York City. I remember it closed in the 80s, but I remember Gimbel's. It brings back memories for me personally. Now, this movie was supposed to be filmed at Macy's. It was supposed to be Macy's because we associate, especially when this was made, Gimbel's had been long gone. Macy's was the store associated with the holiday season. So they wanted to actually use Macy's. But Macy's said no. They said, okay, at first you can film some stuff here. But then they said no because they wanted to change the Santa Claus. In the movie, they say that Santa Claus isn't real. He says to Santa, the store Santa Claus is not real. Macy's goes by the premise or under the premise that their Santa Claus is actually the Santa Claus. So Macy's didn't want a movie to say that their Santa Claus was not real. They didn't want that scene. They had to cut the scene or they had to cut Macy's. They cut Macy's, made a Gimbel's as a tribute to the old movie. And here we are today with what we have. So that's kind of an interesting little tidbit. And finally, this movie was so successful, it launched Elf the Musical. Courtney's not here for it. 2010 to 2011, you had Elf the Musical. It also there is a stop animation. Yes,
Animation.
thank you. Stop motion animation called Elf Buddy's Musical Christmas, and that came out in 2014. I have not seen either one of those. There is no Elf 2 as far as I can tell, and I know that Will Ferrell does not want to do one. He was quoted as saying he would just be Buddy he didn't want to run around in the costume as a middle-aged elf. So he said no. So that's it. That is my 5 things to think about and enjoy about the movie Elf. Now it's time for everybody to tell us their favorite Will Ferrell movie and how much they love or don't love Elf. Thumper.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
Just to there's one other Easter egg in there too. When you said stop motion animation, Ray Harryhausen is the stop motion animation guy who we all love. He is the voice of one of, when Will Ferrell leaves the North Pole and there's the puffin and the little animals, they had Ray Harryhausen was the voice of one of those animals.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. And then the whole Leon Redbone as a snowman thing is connected to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah,
right? That's clearly
absolutely. Yep. What were those movies called?
Rankin Bass.
Right, the Rankin Bass movies.
Rankin Bass. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Rankin Bass.
It's like I wrote a book about this or something.
Did you?
They had a little tip with them over the movie as well for a lot of the things that were similar. Good thing that they didn't have their full, not a patent. What's the other thing called?
Trademark.
Trademark.
Thank you.
Copyright.
On the was it Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? That was like their saving grace right there. There was a little slip that allowed them to make this movie what it was, because Favreau said, that was one of his top 3. He wanted that look to be in this movie. So and I'm not smart. I got all of that from the movies that made us on Netflix. Yeah. Documentary. It's a great series. So I highly recommend watching that as well.
And, okay. Does somebody want to go first? Does somebody want feeling of jumping in?
I will get my feelings out of the way.
Okay.
I liked the narwhal at the beginning. I hope you find your dad. I liked him. I liked the snowball fight. I liked the picture of Buddy in Central Park that was like exactly the iconic Bigfoot pose. And I liked the song-along scene from Eurovision. And that's it. If there are no vocal Will Ferrell haters in the world, then I am either in a coma or prison. I do not like his style of humor. I feel like he is actually making fun of his audience with it. Like he's acting a certain way because you think this is funny, and that says more about you than me. That's just what I get out of it. But I sat through the whole movie, and the whole time I was texting a friend of mine, and she was like, "Just turn it off, just turn it off." And I was like, "No, I told him I would watch it." So I fought through the film for you.
Oh,
because
Jason?
So
I've been trying to turn my light off on you, Thumper. Sorry, can't do it. Go ahead, Jason.
So this is not from Jason. I got a message from Courtney to direct at Thumper when he started his diatribe about this movie. So Courtney is with us, and she says, "Dear Thumper, I once considered us allies, even friends. And then I heard you hated Will Ferrell and, maybe even worse, had never seen Elf. If you are hearing this message, it is because you had negative and clearly irrelevant things to say about one of the best Christmas movies ever made. As you will have learned from watching this joyous film, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. Please accept this song as my declaration of war. We wish you a Merry Xmas. We wish you a Merry Xmas. We wish you a Merry Xmas. And may my jar fill you with fear. Good luck surviving my wrath, which will rain down upon you like a blizzard in the candy cane forest. I'm sorry it has come to this, but what's done is done. So mote it be. Love, Courtney."
All I have to say that is between it bounces right off. My hatred of Will Ferrell is my sword and shield.
Okay. Before we go deeper into the ditch and the rabbit hole with Christmas spirit that we have right now, the holiday spirit, we have a very good surprise for everybody. We are going to do a giveaway tonight. We are going to do a giveaway. We are going to pick somebody that's either a clever in the comments or so smart in the comments or so funny in the comments. So one of you are going to win some fabulous books by all of us. You'll win Dollcraft by me, Lights, Camera, Witchcraft by Heather Greene. You'll grow one of the 400 books by Jason. You'll Chaos by Thumper Forge. It is going to be an amazing, but yeah, it's going to be The High Priest by Jason Mankey. So you guys be clever or funny or smart, because you guys are vying for some really great prizes, which we will pick by the end of the show, just to show you our holiday spirit. Now let's go back to fighting and hexing, shall we? Fighting and hexing. Oh, continental U.S. only for books, because there's all these weird tariff kind of things that we're not going to talk about. But continental U.S. only are people are allowed to win, and so hopefully nobody else does win. So I will go next if everybody doesn't want it. My wondering about this was it wasn't a witchy movie. It's like, wait, there isn't a witch in it. But then, because I did enjoy it, I decided it is secretly a witchy movie, because It's about magic, right? About belief equals magic.
Mhm.
It's Elvis. It's a belief-powered universe in itself. Santa's sleigh only works if people believe. Christmas spirit is what fuels the magic. Um, Cynicism equals energetic blockage. So it's a witchy movie in disguise. So I'm okay with that now. But it was like, I'm waiting for the witch. I'm waiting for the witch. I'm waiting for the witch. And honestly, I must say, I had never seen this film before. I am a Will Ferrell fan, but I had never seen this movie before. So, but that's not Hexworthy because I liked it. But I loved it. I decided everything I would do, I was going to turn it into a witchy movie. Buddy is the divine fool. He in the tarot card, there he is the fool. He's innocent. He's open-hearted. He's unashamed of who he is. Okay, I've got that. New York is almost the anti-magic realm. It's so dark. It's so gray. It's so spooky. He's a walking glamour spell within himself throughout the city. So I just kept coming with all these little ideas that it's the damn witchiest film we've ever done. That's
Well, there was actually a small nod, so I guess you could say witch adjacent. It's when it's when Buddy's father was in his office and he was talking business, and they were talking about the books, and the other gentleman that was in the room with him does mention for that was a character in one of the books. So there's that tiny little there's you had to it was quick, so you had to catch it real you had to catch it because it was very fast.
Very fast. There was that. I think I missed it because I was turning up every moment of the movie into a witch film. So
I can make it a witch film. So Buddy in Central Park poses like Bigfoot from the iconic photo. The Bigfoot Museum is outside of Atlanta, Georgia, where Mystic South is hosted. So it all comes full circle.
Oh my gosh. How did I not even think of that? Again, witchiest film we have ever done.
There's for the tree.
Yeah.
You could also say there's a lot of there's so much movie magic in this movie because they didn't use, a bunch of CGI. This is all handy dandy work and movement of the cameras and holding the cameras 10 feet back and using children in place of adults. And it's just so wonderful the things that they did. If you knew what they did to bring it together, it would be all the more magical for you. I just love the movie.
I just looked up the Bigfoot Museum to see how far it was from my house. So it's about 45 minutes. No, it's about an hour.
I will send you all the pictures I took there. It is the happiest place on earth.
I might have to do that when it gets warmer. That may be on my list because that is one thing I have not seen yet. Thank you, Thumper.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Oh, Al Collins getting hexed as well.
Uh-oh.
Are we allowed to hex our watcher, our audience? I guess.
Oh yes.
Ooh.
We have no rules. We're witches.
I'm sure Courtney's gonna send me something to read live on the air any second now.
Of course you will.
Yeah, Colin said it should have been left on the shelf.
Oh,
On the shelf.
Wow.
that's bad.
That's
Can we talk about how great the casting is in this movie, though?
Oh,
Because
the
the casting is really great. Only Will Ferrell can be Buddy. That's sort of a given. But this is the era of what has been termed the manic pixie dream girl. And nobody embodies that archetype better, really, than Zooey Deschanel during this particular period. And she kind of plays this character who is originally pretty cynical, but also really sweet and nice, because you would have to be sweet and nice, I think, to go on a date with Buddy. James Caan, brilliantly cast. For me, the person who steals this movie the most, though, is Bob Newhart. I saw this in a theater. I drug my wife to it. She's like, oh my, I don't know about this. And I'm like, we're going to go see this movie. It's going to be great because Will Ferrell's great. And like the moment it opens with Bob Newhart, you're like, oh, That guy's an elf. This is the perfect thing to start a holiday movie. We're going to watch this every year for the rest of our lives and curse our friend Thumperforge while we do so. And, and then Ed Asner, kind of a grumpy Santa, but it works on so many levels. Jon Favreau is always just terrific when it comes to getting the right people to play these roles.
Oh, here's one for you, Thumper, that you'll enjoy. Kind of the dark side of the movie. It was a lot of the filming was done in an insane asylum.
That happened because that was part of the Macy's Gimbals issue. Is they had to they couldn't do it in Macy's, so they moved to an insane asylum. That's actually funny.
I'm surprised they didn't catch any ghost figures or anything. With it being an insane asylum, that would have been real cool. Hey, who knows? There might be something in there if you slow the movie and go flame by flame. No, frame by frame.
This movie has ghosts in it. Clearly, the ghost of Christmas Present sprinkles his gifts all over this film while it's going through, which is one of the reasons it has become such a treasured classic of the holiday season.
You know, it's funny, when I was looking into like who wrote it, usually if you've got something that has been around for 10 years and has gone through multiple sets of writers, it usually gets pretty muddied. And this has not happened with this film. The writing is pretty good on this film. And I love the fact that Jon Favreau was going to pass on it because the script that he read was too dark. So I would kind of love to read that script. But I feel like there's enough of that bleeds through that lends a kind of tricky, magical, fun kind of essence to a movie that could potentially be too saccharine, if you know what I mean. Like, it's got a very good, that's a very tricky balance to keep, and it's got that balance through. I'm not a huge Will Ferrell fan, except for Night at the Roxbury, but don't judge me. But I think he's perfect in this.
He really is.
Thank you.
So I'll give my opinion at this point, and I am a huge Will Ferrell fan. If I'm in a bad mood, I find a Will Ferrell movie to watch. I have key ones that I watch. There is a constant rolling of Will Ferrell quotes in this house, and mostly they're from Anchorman because of my partner, because that's his favorite one, and so we get lots of quotes that just randomly show up from there. And I love him in everything he does. So this is not my favorite Will Ferrell movie. It's not my favorite Christmas movie either. I don't love it, but I can't not love Will Ferrell, especially as an elf. So I'm fine with it. I'll watch it if it's on, but it's not like it sucks me in. Like if Talladega Nights come on, I'm in. That's it. If it's on, I can't stop. It's just one of those, things. It's a tractor beam, but this movie, not so much. I don't know why, but again, I agree with you guys. It has a fantastic cast. There are moments that I love. The fight in the boardroom with Peter Dinklage, his character, that is absolutely hysterical. And he's such a great actor, Peter Dinklage, and he's such a great this is just such a good sport here, and he's got a good heart, and it's really, really hysterical. There are moments that you can't not laugh if you love Will Ferrell. Even though it's not my favorite movie, I love him, and I love the various cast members and their stuff. So that's where I'm at this movie. So I'm not going to bring everyone down and say it's awful, but it's just not my favorite Will Ferrell movie. But I can't not, like I said, I can't not love Will Ferrell. So it's on the list somewhere, just way down.
It has a great soundtrack too. Like it starts out with Louis Prima, and it's got Eartha Kitt, and it's got Ray Charles. Like, it has a lot. The soundtrack has a lot going for it.
And Zoe, she's one heck of a singer.
Yeah.
She's got
Her voice is just beautiful.
And she sings when they use the song at the end, it's Baby It's Cold Outside. That's her singing.
Yes.
And I do agree with the comment that the worst Will Ferrell movie is probably Bewitched, and we reviewed that here.
Yes,
But we don't
clearly
talk
is.
about that movie.
I would have liked to have heard her sing "Baby It's Cold Outside" though with Will Ferrell, because in the credits she does it with Leon Redbone, which is fine, and he's kind of an iconic character and a perfect choice for the snowman, because everything about this movie is pretty close to perfect. But it would have been really nice to hear her sing with Will, who's actually a pretty good singer in his own way.
But they did sing it. They sang it in the shower.
Yeah.
Yes, but there's not a version that you can get of that. Like, it's not on the soundtrack. The
Oh,
Leon
I see.
Redbone version is, because that's clear and there's not a shower playing during the song, or a shower running during the song.
How did Buddy know that?
And then-
song? The most innocent person on the planet knew "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Yeah.
That's
Christmas. It's a Christmas time song. They know all of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
They know all of
Yeah.
them.
He told me, and that's what my friend last night. He knows all the Christmas songs. He's an elf.
They sing while making the toys. He talks about that in the movie too.
That's true.
Yeah. So maybe for this movie, maybe a lot of people, don't favor it because there's not a real connection to it somehow. One of the main themes is not fitting in and going to find his father, make a connection where he might fit in. So for some of us that connect with that sort of thing, it hit me in the feels. My father wasn't always around, so I mean, you always go looking for things in other people in other places sometimes, and sometimes you find it and sometimes you don't. And I love that. In this spirit of Christmas, in this movie, there was a happy ending. He did get to make a connection with his father. And they did end up being together, but also with his Papa Elf father as well. So yeah, for me, it's the nostalgia. It brings my family together as well. It's my brother and I are 12 years apart. So this is something that we would always watch together every year. He recently moved away with my mom to Tennessee, so we don't get to do that as much anymore. But still, it has a small and wonderful place in my heart. It's one of my top 3 Christmas movies, so I really like it.
I mean,
I don't know which is my top, but why I like, because my thing that I always say, to me, a movie is to be entertained, and I entertained. And because it's Will Ferrell, I had just really ridiculous, which I don't do often, out loud laughs. I think my first one was literally him trying to get on an escalator. That's just that little scene. I just was like literally rolling on the floor. I don't know why, but I was entertained and I got in the Christmas spirit. So it's going to stay up there on my list now. So it was a good.
I want to go back to what Tabitha was talking about for a second, though. But I think for a lot of us, when we are estranged from family, relatives, friends, I think we feel that most strongly at the holidays, because so many of these movies have this message that you're supposed to be with your family and stuff. And I had kind of mother issues, like my mom left me instead of my dad leaving me. So it's a very relatable thing to go on a quest to find a parent and then to be reunited in a beautiful way at Christmas time. It hits you right in the feels, unless, of course, you're made out of stone and don't love the world, and maybe you have an unkept beard and a weird hat on. I mean, maybe at those times you don't feel these sort of things, and then that's okay. Some people are broken human beings.
It's not like I have a favorite Christmas movie.
Well, what is it?
I have a favorite Christmas movie. Currently, it's Violent Night, the one that came out a couple years ago, the action movie with Santa. I loved it. I love that. And Die Hard and Gremlins. And
At
I
least
was
you
gonna say
didn't
Gremlins
Silent
is the
Night.
best. Gremlins is the best Christmas movie ever. It really
At
is.
least you didn't say Silent Night, Deadly Night. I mean, so I'll give you a pass.
I didn't make any list. It's up there. It's not top of the list.
Gremlins is hard for me as a Christmas movie because it came out in the summer, and that's when I saw it in the summer. So it's
Yeah.
weirdly a summer movie set at Christmas time. It's
But
like
it is
Lord
a
of the
Christmas
Rings
movie.
is a Christmas movie because it was released in December.
Gotcha.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mine's a Christmas
But I
story.
actually- Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Christmas
I mean,
Vacation.
we all- yeah, love both of those. Like we're all showing our age.
The best Christmas shopping ever.
Conjuring 2 counts as a Christmas movie. Yes, I'm going to go with Conjuring 2. We're going to go with Conjuring Universe on that. Well, that was a friend of mine. So, all right, we're moving on. Do we have quotes for Courtney? I have. There's a couple obvious ones. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear, which is a theme throughout the whole movie. That was my favorite quote. Anybody else have one?
I don't remember what he said, but the actor playing the younger brother imitating James Caan did make me laugh out.
I got a lot of work to do.
I know.
Can I go to my room?
Okay. I like what he said. I like to smile. Smiling's my favorite. That was very holiday-like. Or what? We got the "You sit on a throne of lies." That was a nice.
You stink.
said
You
it
smell
so
like beef
nicely,
and cheese.
Patty. Patty said it so nicely. You sit on the throne of lies when he was like, "You sit on the throne of lies."
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I say everything nicely. All right, I'm in love. I'm in love, and I don't go. Who knows it? Because who?
Oh yes, that's a good
I'm in
one.
love. I'm in love, and I don't matter where I am. But those were my favorite quotes. I just wanted to pull out since Courtney was not here. But if that's it for quotes, Jason, do you want to come back, stay as Jason? Do we have a Mankey movie moment on this film?
Oh, of course we do. I can't just, do impressions of Richard-Lael and Courtney all night, There are two kinds of people in the world. People who love the holiday season and those who use the words bah humbug unironically. I, of course, am a lover of the holiday season. This time of year is a riot of sound, color, and activity, and it is glorious. The holidays are a time when people from all different walks of life actively believe in magic, and more than that, embrace magic. No one ever talks about an Arbor Day miracle, but people have been assigning miracles to Christmas for hundreds of years. The bah humbugs would have you all believe that the music this time of year is trash, and that your neighbor's Christmas party or yours is a major imposition of some sort. I can hear those people's lists of complaints in my head right now. Why, those people are having fun and their windows are closed. I can hear cars starting and stopping. The block's parking is hosed. All of those lights on porches and houses. I fear that I'm going to be blinded. This stupid joy that they all have, of that I don't want to be reminded. And a day off at the end of December, it's important that we work all the time. Children running around on a winter break, they are probably committing a crime. Many of those people who don't like the holiday season are the very same people who don't like the movie Elf. Despite great reviews from critics, strong box office, and now streaming numbers, there is a subset of people who might be less than human, who just don't like Elf and don't like Will Ferrell. These are the people that make me say, bah humbug. Let's explore what they might not like about Elf. Perhaps they don't like humor. Or maybe they just aren't smart enough to get the jokes in Elf. You see, Buddy is not actually an elf. He's a human being, and that's what makes the early scenes at the North Pole so funny. I'll say it even more slowly for some of you living in Texas. Buddy is not actually an elf. He's a human being. It's true that Buddy can be a little bit obnoxious, but that's because he was raised as an elf. Elves age much slower than human beings do, and Buddy was forced into adulthood because he was tall. not because he was necessarily ready for it. Perhaps the people who don't like Elf don't like love. That's one of the stories in Elf. Buddy's dad finds it in his heart to accept Buddy as his son and love him, even though he's a little bit unique. And Buddy's half-brother does the same. And his stepmom, she's just the best stepmom in the world. And she probably keeps a lot of syrup on hand for him at the dinner table. Buddy melts the Grinch-like heart of his dad and gives his dad something to believe in. I'm sorry some of you are too cynical to believe in love anymore, or too cold to see love when it's staring you in the face. Perhaps there are people who just hate Zooey Deschanel. I'll admit, the commercial where she asks Siri if it's raining outside was really stupid and annoying, but Elf was made before that commercial. And you can't hold a nearly 20-year-old iPhone commercial against her all these years later. And her character is adorable, and she sings in the shower. Shame on you all for hating shower singers who find it in their hearts to love Christmas. And perhaps those that hate Elf simply hate Santa Claus? I'm pretty sure I'm looking at one person here who was on the naughty list when they were little. So they didn't get presents at age 9 and now are resentful of Santa and his elves because of the mistakes they made as children. That doesn't seem fair. If you find the power to love Christmas in your heart and make space for the joy of your fellow human, you can end up on the good list, like me and Heather and Patti and pretty much everyone here but Thumper. It's true that the holidays, like Buddy, can be a bit much, but it's important to remember the real reason for the holidays, to share joy and kindness and charity with those around you. The Who's in Whoville taught us decades ago that it's not about presents, it's about being nice to others and finding happiness in their happiness. Goddess bless the Christmas keepers, and Goddess bless Elf, a true holiday classic.
I love how you
I
wrote
love
all
you,
of that.
Thumper. I really do. I really do.
I would like to defend Thumper for 1 minute. Now, Thumper, I'm not pleased with your dislike of Will Ferrell, but that's a conversation for another time, and we can have that in a different offline. But this is not, as I said, this is not my favorite movie, but I have the Christmas spirit. I am a shower singer and I know all the Christmas carols, and I drive my family absolutely crazy walking around singing Christmas carols of all kinds, new and old. And yes, one of my favorites is Christmas Vacation, movie wise, but the all-time best Christmas watching on television, hands down, is Emmett Otter's Jugman Christmas. And that's all I got to say. That brings out the Christmas spirit in this girl right here, in this elf.
Well, let
Wow.
Jason think that I am some weird, unholy, drunken love child of the Grinch and Scrooge. I will say that I do have holiday spirit, and that I saw that, Jason. I do have holiday spirit. It comes in weird. It comes in weird forms. I have to listen to Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses and the Frosty the Snowman by the Cocteau Twins and We Three Kings by Book of Love. I need New Wave Christmas, and when I have that, I am filled with a holy miracle, and then it is Christmas.
See,
Those are
my
good
point
choices.
exactly. You can dislike
Choices.
this movie, but still have the Christmas spirit.
At least some.
That is Emmett Otter's right there.
Oh my
Hands down
god.
the best.
Which we talked about last year on one of our holiday shows, because both Heather and I love that movie, or holiday special. It's not long enough to actually be a movie.
But that's definitely us showing our age, Jason, because we are of the same age and from the same generation. So I think that's probably John Denver holiday Christmas album and the Muppets Christmas, and that was all. The Muppets are Christmas to me, everyone. I'm just gonna say.
And the Pee Wee Herman Christmas special.
Oh yeah.
I did not like Pee Wee Herman Thumper. So
I wasn't a huge fan, but the Christmas special, Grace Jones comes out in a silver breastplate and sings the little drummer boy for no reason. He just shows up and sings and leaves. It's amazing.
Yes.
Does Grace Jones
Yes.
ever need a reason to be anywhere? No, she
No.
just is.
no.
Quick reminder, everyone. Right now, we are looking at the chat. Say something clever or funny or nice about one of us or nice about all of us. And one of you is going to win some amazing prizes that we're going to pick within the next 10 minutes. So be clever. Okay. All right. So now I guess we're getting close to voting on this. Yes, these are some of the books that are popping up that you will actually win so long as you are in the continental United States. Wands up, horns up, bell. I'm going with bells again.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings, especially this time of year.
So this is up, by the way, for me. So I am up. Jason is up. Heather is up. Tabitha is up. Scarlett is halfway getting a little erect, going up a little.
I need a moment of vulnerability. I have not been on the Coven in a while because of technical issues and stuff, but being here tonight has brought me a lot of joy, and because of that, I am full of Christmas spirit. And this feels like acid reflux, but I didn't mind it.
Okay. So,
Did your heart just grow 10 sizes?
And now I have arrhythmia. Thanks.
yeah. Thank you. Okay. Everybody. So we've got up wands at the red, wands up, wands way down. Bell up, wands at the ready. My cleverness diminishes. We heard the Capricorn season. That's Mankey territory. Okay. My sleigh rocket is up. We got rockets. We've got down with a prize to go hunting. Okay. Wands up for a movie that only an elf could love. Okay. Well, I do believe that Wands up is winning, as is the holiday spirit. Don't love you who gave it a neutral or a down. Thank you very much, whoever just. Oh, you're trying to get my vote. You love my weekly videos. Okay, you have my vote. I am so bribable, so easy. You're a great, nice discussion. You're up there too. You guys are going so fast, I can't read them that fast. Maybe we will have our producer Rob in the background pick who's going to win, because I can't go that fast. Oh, now everything is showing up. So we've got 2 chat rooms. Wands way up, gold wand up, wands up, wands up. So I think this movie is definitely a wands up. But who is the cleverest or the smartest or the most flattering? I don't know. I think we need our private chat. Shouldn't we use candy? We should have candy canes up, but I haven't bought any of that stuff yet. Oh, wait. Okay. Tabitha, she's eating them all. Candy canes. Thank you, Delvin. Thank you. Wands up, wands up. So I totally tried the pasta syrup, and you're not missing anything. I swear to God, that made me crave spaghetti. Just seeing him gluttonly eat spaghetti with syrup on it. I didn't necessarily want the syrup, but I really craved, and I still am now that we're just talking about it. Feel so exposed. Oh, now he's imposter and not Santa. Okay, you guys, they're chatting. They are good. Okay, who wants to pick who wins? This is a big prize. This might be worth, we were going to give away a Winnebago. But we decided our books were worth more to anybody who is going to, because gas is so expensive right now. So we're keeping the Winnebago, and we're going to take this show on tour. Because if you guys want to see the Witches Movie Coven at conventions across America, we want to do that. So just a little pitch. You guys, and speaking of merch, since Richard-Lael isn't here to say, you can buy these quotes. You can buy t-shirts. You could sleep with Richard-Lael on a pillow. You can, well, you can't buy my power panties now for the same reason that we can't let somebody outside of the continental US win our books, but they will be back. Oh, you want a Subaru and the books? Okay. We didn't have a Subaru. We had a Winnebago.
Someone asked if this is Black Phillip or if this is Krampus. So this is Black Phillip.
This is Black Phillip. This is our motto, and you can get those mysterycontrol.com. Again, you can get hoodies and hats and t-shirts and cloaks and capes, bed linen, underwear, bras, pants. No. Bling, you can get with and without the bling. I don't know. My Phillip with bling.
The quotable t-shirts. The quotable t-shirts are so
And
awesome.
if you order before tonight is over, you'll get it by Christmas. So, if you want us to keep bringing you great entertainment and Thumper, order right now.
At mysterycontrol.com. Yes, indeed. So, okay.
I'm throwing this in.
Maybe we should have.
You should. I deserve it. I deserve it.
I'm saying that because that's what the words came up on my screen, like it was the gods.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, to choose who wins. See, I'm a Libra. I can't make decisions really. I wanted to announce it. I do want to announce it. I want to talk about it, but I don't want to pick. Is anything standing out to anybody? We didn't know this was going to be so hard.
I need
We
to
did
hire
not know this.
Krampus. I need to hire Krampus at the elementary school. I'm down with that. That's my pick right there.
My pick is Colin.
The Chelsea comment was pretty funny.
Krampus used to give my kids gifts. He, along with Santa and Satan, always left gifts under the tree for my kids.
Aww,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
Oh, beautiful.
My favorite Christmas movie is absolutely Krampus.
Okay, Service is going for votes because they got Jason Mankey's Book of Shadows.
Oh,
Don't let a Libra pick. Thank you. You know me. I cannot pick.
Yeah. I was like, I can't access the chat, so this is a problem.
Oh,
That
yeah.
the one where the
Oh, there we go. I've got it.
Hiring Krampus in the elementary school.
Okay, Tabitha, that's gonna have to be you because I cannot access the chat.
I did like the one where they did say my cleverness diminishes as we head into Capricorn season. That's Mankey's territory. That one's pretty funny.
And Richard-Lael's, who is born New Year's Eve. So, there's a lot of Capricorn energy on this show. Goats, because goats.
So, I had Bling Phillip, and he ran off my desk. I don't know where he went. Come on. All right, you guys, we're holding on. We've got 2 minutes because we haven't even cackled yet, but we are not going to cackle until we pick a winner. And if you are the winner, stay on because we have to get your mailing address and find out information and make sure you are in the continental United States.
I did.
Tabitha,
Oh, sorry.
go. No,
I saw a comment that said Black Phillip is running the show. That was pretty funny, but that was the only one that I saw.
It's funny.
Here's a fun. Mariah Carey doesn't want to sing anymore because of how much the haters come for her at Christmas, and that's from the same person. Medea Stop. So, I mean, it looks like Medea Stop there has some pretty consecutive funny things in the comments. So,
Okay, so do we want to go there?
Yes.
Are we going to? Medea Stop, all wands up, balls up for Medea Stop winning our big prize. Okay, now it's unanimous. We have a winner. So, Medea Stop, I don't know how we're supposed to get all your information. We are returning last year's. It's a wonderful live show. Yes, next week, since we will not be here, since it's Christmas Eve, we are going to rerun last year's It's a Wonderful Live show. It was a fabulous one, or so we hear, so none of us remember, but it was really good. So come back next week and watch us anyway. We just won't listen to your comments this time. We're trying desperately. So Medea, you win. So how do we get a hold of Medea? private leave with not having to put their address right here? That's a technical question. I don't know.
I think I'm just gonna put Rob's email in the chat, and then she can email Rob.
Producers are on it. We got a message. The producers are on it.
They are the best. They are super smart.
They are.
I'm not doing private chat today. It disappeared.
Can we just give a shout out to Christine and Rob, who produce this show and do a wonderful job? And none of you see them week to week, but they are the best. And we're so lucky that they love us to do this show.
Our show. They're not getting rich off this show. We are not getting rich off this show. Nobody's getting rich off this show. We do it for the love of doing this show. And Rob and Christine, you guys put so much into it. We thank you so very much. We want to wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, joyous Yule, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, solstice, everything else. Happy Black Phillip Day, happy Paraflixmas, happy what? But we do have one more thing to do, even though we are 7 o'clock straight. Should we ho 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 or cackle or both?
Ho ho ho.
Okay, which is doing Santa? 1, 2, 3.
Oh.